Good morning, and a warm welcome to your show, Sunny Mornings San Francisco. I'm your host, Melissa, and it's Friday, November 28th. You'll be interested to know. Today's Black Friday. Black Friday brings joyful crowds to stores and online platforms, celebrating shoppers who hunt for savings, support local merchants, and share friendly camaraderie in a festive, upbeat atmosphere. The day blends tradition and excitement, offering meaningful deals, community connection, and cheerful moments that make the season sparkle with gratitude and possibility. So now you know. And now, it's time for the Surf Report. Friday at Ocean Beach. This morning, it's looking clean with waves around 4 to 6 plus feet. Conditions hold steady through the morning with offshore winds at 6 miles per hour. By midday, we shift to fair conditions as the wind goes sideshore at 4 miles per hour. Expect the swell to remain consistent throughout the day. Best time to ride is at 10 a.m. with the 3-foot outgoing low tide, when the west swell is 4.5 feet at 14 seconds, and the offshore wind is 5 miles per hour. The first high tide on Friday will be 5 feet at 6 a.m., followed by a 2.5-foot low tide at 11:45. The nearshore buoy in San Francisco Bar reads 58 degrees for the water temperature. Expect clean conditions with waves building to 6 to 8 feet on Saturday as the morning offers the best surf before wind shifts slightly in the afternoon. On Sunday, the swell remains consistent at 6 to 8 feet with light winds, making it a prime day for catching quality rides. Monday sees a slight drop to 4 to 7 feet, but maintains fair conditions throughout the day. This morning, it's mostly sunny, and it feels like 48 degrees with 6 mile per hour wind. The sunset will take place at 4:51, and it will rise again tomorrow at 7:06. Looking ahead in the weather. Saturday will be mostly sunny with a high near 58 and a north wind around 7 miles per hour. Sunday and Tuesday remain mostly to partly sunny, with highs in the high 50s and nights mostly in the upper 40s. Bonjour, food enthusiasts. This podcast is brought to you by Versailles Cafe and Pastries in Encinitas. Nestled on El Camino Real South, just north of Encinitas Boulevard, this cafe is a haven for culinary delights. Indulge in their amazing Eggs Benedict or their gluten-free crepes. You can grab a panini for lunch or just breeze on through to get your morning coffee. They are open every day from 8 to 5. So stop on by and don't forget to tell them Sunny Morning sent you. In local news, baristas at 3 East Bay Blue Bottle locations, including Berkeley, Old Oakland, and Piedmont, went on strike this week, calling on customers to boycott until a contract agreement is reached with the company. The Blue Bottle Independent Union, representing 36 baristas, is demanding fair wages, democratic workplace representation, and a collective bargaining agreement. About 92% of the union members voted in favor of the strike, citing struggles to pay rent in some of the most expensive cities in the United States. The union has accused the Nestle-owned chain of unfair labor practices, including the firing of key union members. Alex Rice, a barista with 10 years at Blue Bottle, expressed hope that the strike would empower his coworkers. Now on to sports. Week 13 of the NFL Thanksgiving highlights featured thrilling top plays and moments. Green Bay Packers quarterback Jordan Love threw for 4 touchdowns, and Dontavian Wicks caught 2 of those scores, leading to a victory over the Detroit Lions, 31-24, in their 23rd meeting on Turkey Day. In the afternoon slate, the Dallas Cowboys continued building momentum, winning a shootout against the Kansas City Chiefs. To cap the day off, the Cincinnati Bengals defeated the Baltimore Ravens in Joe Burrow's return from a toe injury, And tonight on a special edition of Friday Night Football on Amazon Prime Video, the Bears travel to Philadelphia to take on the Eagles in a matchup of division leaders. The game begins at 3 Eastern. The Eagles are favored by 7 points. Overall, the Bears' offense ranks 6th, while their defense ranks 27th. Key players include wide receivers Rome Odunze and DJ Moore, who have combined for 1,138 yards receiving. Eagles wide receiver A.J. Brown has also excelled, amassing 159 yards in 2 games. The key matchup features the Chicago secondary against Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts, who leads the league with a 25-3 touchdown-to-interception ratio. And in college football on Saturday, the Texas A&M Aggies are heading to Austin for the first time since 2010, with plenty at stake despite already securing their spot in the college football playoff. To defeat the Longhorns, they must survive the opening script of Texas head coach Steve Sarkisian, who excels at launching offensive plays. The Aggies have outscored opponents 87-24 in the second half this season, showcasing their resilience. In local sports, the San Francisco 49ers, with a record of 8 wins and 4 losses, will face the Cleveland Browns, who have 3 wins and 8 losses, this Sunday at 10 on CBS. The odds favor the 49ers by 5 points. The 49ers offense ranks 10th overall, while their defense is tied for 22nd. In contrast, the Browns offense ranks 31st, but their defense ranks 2nd overall. The turnover differential shows the 49ers at -6 and the Browns at +2. A key player for the 49ers is quarterback Brock Purdy, who struggled in his second start back from a toe injury, throwing 3 interceptions against Carolina. He completed only 1 pass beyond 10 yards and had most of his production from short throws. Purdy has historically struggled in bad weather, including a loss in Cleveland this year, where he completed 12 out of 27 passes for 125 yards. On the Brown side, defensive end Myles Garrett leads the league with 18 sacks and 26 tackles for loss. He has recorded 14 sacks in his last 5 games, the most by a player in that time frame, since sacks became an official statistic in 1982. Garrett aims to become the first player with at least 3 sacks in 3 consecutive games. A notable matchup to watch is the 49ers running back Christian McCaffrey against the Browns' defense. McCaffrey leads the league with 1,500 scrimmage yards and is tied for 3rd in scrimmage touchdowns with 12. The Browns have allowed a running back to achieve at least 100 scrimmage yards in 3 consecutive games. In top news, your consciousness can jump through time, meaning gut feelings are memories from the future, scientists say. Even the Central Intelligence Agency has released data on this psychic phenomenon. On an October night in 1989, a 4-year-old girl was shocked awake by a phone ringing and then a scream. She overheard her mother say, "He died in a car accident." The girl sensed her father's fate during their final goodbye at the airport. Cognitive neuroscientist Julia Mossbridge, doctor of philosophy, relates to such experiences and claims that precognition suggests time may not be as linear as we imagine. She emphasizes that fear of the unknown often leads to skepticism about these phenomena. In business news, customers of AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile should be concerned about the Federal Communications Commission ruling. In January 2025, the Federal Communications Commission enforced Section 105 of the Communications Assistance for Law Enforcement Act to guard against a major Chinese attack by a group called Salt Typhoon. The ruling was intended to prompt telecom companies to enhance security measures, but it has now been rescinded, citing flawed reasoning. Wireless carrier customers may face heightened vulnerabilities as companies are no longer required to improve security. Proponents of the original ruling argue it was a vital response to ongoing cyber threats. In crypto movement, Bitcoin is up 5% for the week to just over $91,000. Ethereum is up 6% to just over $3,000. And XRP is up 5% to $2.18. Moving on to a more local vibe. In our community spotlight on health and wellness, we are working with a national Pilates studio to bring you some free classes, so listen up. Check out Club Pilates, with several locations in the San Diego area. Pilates presents a comprehensive wellness approach, cultivating strength, reducing tension, and elevating mental well-being. Scientific research affirms its benefits. So now you can check out Club Pilates for a free class, with locations in Encinitas, Solana Beach, Oceanside, La Jolla, and more. Just be sure to tell them Sunny Morning sent you by. And now, back to the show. Let's talk science. Some people are always late. Science can explain why. Are you a multitasker, a free spirit, or an overly optimistic planner? Experts say these traits explain why some people are constantly running behind. If you are one of those people whose "I will be there in 5" reliably turns into 15, you are not alone. Most of us have been late at some point, but chronic lateness can stem from various psychological tendencies and biological differences. Understanding these patterns matters because punctuality signals respect for others' time and supports relationships. Improving punctuality often requires awareness of one's tendencies and strategies tailored to individual needs. And in entertainment news, some exhibitors are up in arms about Netflix's deal to screen Greta Gerwig's Narnia exclusively in IMAX theaters for 2 weeks. Greta Gerwig's big-budget fantasy epic, Narnia, The Magician's Nephew, is already causing a storm across the global exhibition landscape. The unprecedented deal gives IMAX a 2-week exclusive window globally before the film lands on Netflix, sparking fury among exhibitors. IMAX will screen the movie across its 1,800 plus screens in 90 countries. VU CEO Tim Richards warned that the deal risks undermining the very ecosystem that makes theatrical success possible. Some believe Netflix's alliance could be a big first step toward embracing cinemas. Well, alrighty, folks, it's time for the quote of the day. And today, our quote comes from the American author and motivational speaker, Dennis Waitley. And he said, "Happiness cannot be traveled to, owned, earned, worn, or consumed. Happiness is the spiritual experience of living every minute with love, grace, and gratitude." And that's a wrap for this morning. You can check out our Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok for some captivating aerial videos with local news and the surf reports. Have an amazing day, my good friends. We'll see you tomorrow with another episode of Sunny Morning San Francisco.